Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is Mommy with my Safari. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for subscribing. And if you are new here, welcome to the community. And I hope to see you again. For those who have not been able to follow me, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you very much. Today we'll discuss challenges of siblinghood, especially those that are avoidable, that have shouldn't be big issue. I mean, should not be part of. But every relationship, there are things that always being they can shadow the relationship, can make the relationship hard to grow, and I will touch base most of them because of experience, either through my own life or through others that I have noticed. One of the big thing is being toxic to the point that siblings hate one another. And to people who are not familiar with this, to be like, how? Yes, I have seen and I've heard siblings who have not spoken to one another for years. I am blessed to be a nurse. I've worked in industry for many years, over 2 decades, and I can tell you I have the most privilege of being around relationships, all kind of relationships. But I have seen siblings who can't even come to the patient to see their parent at the same time. One of them will rather wait in a waiting room, the other one to leave the bedside so they can come in. That's how bad it can be, to the saddest part of it. And some people, I always think, oh, this is Western issues. This is not. No, it is our issues as well. I've seen Africans, I've seen people from my own community, my own country, who do not speak to one another. I am like, how is this possible? But I believe the possibility of it is because once you tend to keep things under for a long time and not resolved, people, instead of looking at the relationship, they are looking at the all that you have done to me. I don't think is impossible. It's very possible, and it happens a lot. One of the factors is they have and have not. They have and have not, those who have life going well for them and those who unfortunately aren't. These two groups, when it comes to one believing that I deserve help, and another one believing that I hustle and you can do the same and you can get exact life that I have. And this poison can go as deep as to the children. And that's the sad part, because I think there is nothing beautiful in relationships like this as cousins. Cousins, see, imagine me sitting here having talking to my auntie's child or my uncle's child, and we have these experiences of two people who raised us, who were raised together. It's just a beautiful thing. And sometimes I think it is something that we as siblings, we have to understand that. Number one, it's not in anybody's advantage to leak out our issues to our children. People go to your like I go to my daughter and tell my daughter what my sister has done to me. For what exactly am I getting from that? It's just I'm telling, I am going there to complain about. There is no difference between when you go complain to your child about your husband or your wife and go to complain to your child about your siblings. What you're telling her is, look, the person you love so much, who is me, has been done unfairly by that person there, and that means that that child will definitely resent that person, because you're the mother. She loves you and she cares about you. How is she going to love her aunt who was giving you misery? So I think that is one thing we have to be keen and understanding. You are breaking the relationship, the beautiful relationship that is blood by blood, simply because you cannot handle your own emotions. So that's another thing. Another thing is marriages and sibling relationships. Sometimes you see people go to as the father, as the husband or the wife say, I don't want to see your sibling here. I don't want your sibling to come to my house. And you go tell your siblings, my husband says he doesn't want to see you in my house. Or my wife said doesn't want to see you in my house. I mean, I think it is okay, but she has to understand where you're standing. I don't think there are certain things I believe they're too toxic and there is no chance you have to cut each other off. But I'm talking about irregular things. I as much as it's not a big issue that is boiling between, it's just they don't get along. I don't expect my husband and my siblings to get along. But at the same time, I expect my husband to understand that this is my brother or this is my sister, and he has no business of her altering that relationship. That relationship, he found that relationship there. So I think if people don't look at this in that way, I mean, I was talking to my little sister and I was asking her, is it fair for these chatting groups? Is it fair to bring your spouses in the family group? If we are siblings, let's say like it's four of us with my parents in it. Why my husband is somebody's wife and this person's husband has to be in that group? What are they doing there? These are issues that we are talking us as a family. When you bring this other person who are coming with their own dysfunctionality from their own family, how are they going to judge your issues? So I was talking to her, I was like, there are certain things I understand. Let's say there is death and you are trying to plan out how to transport the body, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that one, they can be there and that is okay. But if something happened to our mom or our dad and we are discussing it, we are on the phone call and somebody's husband has to be there and they have to tell us, oh, but your mom did this, but your dad. I don't think that's your place. That's not their place, because when they have their family issues, do you drag your siblings with you to go to that your husband's issues? No, you don't. So why your husband has to know your issue? I mean, live. If you want to tell him, that's okay. You can tell him. If you want to tell her, that's fine. But why are they supposed to be in the live meetings of family? I don't think that is that is important to me. I don't. So to me, I always believe that siblinghood should be the most successful relationship, because you have gone through ditches, through happiness, through sadness. You have cried together. You have the most two people that have brought you out here together. You have seen each other growing up. I think that love has to be very strong. That bond has to be very strong. And if unfortunately you allow others to come in between, I don't think that is their place. I think you can resolve your issues. As I spoke a lot about parents and how they have to handle children, multiple kids. I think to me, as a siblings, I'm the oldest in my family. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes my sibling can piss me off and I can put her in a pause for a week, a month, but it has nothing to do with me hating. If you tell me right now she's sick, she has malaria, I will drop everything and run to the situation and the issue and I'll resolve it, or I'll figure out how to help. But what I'm talking about is that when you allow sourness to to shadow your heart about your sibling, unless it's something big, is really, really detrimental that has happened. There is the issues of money. If you truly can steal from your sister or your brother, that's so sickening. Or you go sell your brother or your sister's stuff that you have access, they trusted you. I mean, there are certain things they speak more about value than money and than position. I mean, when you have jealousy against your sibling, that is sickening. I mean, there are certain things, to me, I believe they are worse than anything. Yes, in Bible we see Abel and Canaan, how they hate each other and one kill the other. But that is very easy to happen if you are not mindful of it. If you are mindful of it and you see your relationship as a beautiful thing and you cultivate love and you forgive each other, there is no point that it will fail to flourish. It will flourish, it will be beautiful, and you guys will always be people who can resolve your issues and get back to the, I mean, just because economically you're not doing good does not mean you can hate the one who does. Just economically you're doing good does not mean you have to look down to the one who doesn't. As a siblings, see, and then taking each other's for advantage. That's the worst one. Using one another. She's in abroad. She can why can she send me this? I want this. Why can she give to me? That is killer. You're killing the relationship unnecessarily. When you think that you deserve one deserve the other. I'm an older sister. If that's the case, that means if I give to you, I deserve to receive too. Everybody feels good when they are given. So when you receive, you have to remember that even if it's a piece of kanga, that person will be happy too. More than that, till next time, I will join you again to discuss more issues that touch our hearts. Thank you very much for joining. Please come back, and it was a pleasure to have you here.